To some extent, your mind is running on a software you didn't write, but you can update it. Ready to debug the beliefs that are holding you back? Hello, my name is Linda Milun. I'm a self-leadership and leadership coach accredited by the International Coaching Federation. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful forces shaping your behavior, core beliefs. These hidden assumptions influence your confidence, your relationships, and even your career decisions, often without you realizing it. But here's the good news. Once you identify them, you can reprogram them. If you're ready to shift from self-doubt to self-leadership, you're in the right place here. Let's get started. Core beliefs are the deep, often unconscious convictions we hold about ourselves, others, and in general, the world around us. They usually form early in life, shaped by our upbringing, culture, education, and emotional experiences. They act like mental filters through which we interpret everything. Psychologists often describe them as operating systems of the mind. And just as outdated software, they can cause glitches, misinterpretation of the event, overreactions, or chronic lack of confidence. For example, if you hold a core belief like, I'm not good enough, or people can't be trusted, you will likely interpret neutral or even positive events through a negative lens and behave accordingly. Here's what makes that really powerful and dangerous. Core beliefs operate automatically and silently, so you rarely question them. They directly shape your behavior, your goals, your risk, and your relationships. They act like self-fulfilling prophecies. What you believe, you unconsciously seek to confirm. Most importantly, your confidence is tied to these beliefs, not just your achievements. So if you're constantly second-guessing yourself, playing small, or repeating toxic patterns, it's probably not always a lack of willpower. It's a belief system that needs updating. However, your core values are not fixed facts. They're interpretations, and that means they can be challenged and changed. Awareness and intention. The process usually follows 3 powerful steps. Number 1, uncover. The first step is awareness. Start noticing thought patterns that come up during stress, failure, or conflict. Phrases like, I always mess this up, I can't trust anyone, I will never change, are clues. These beliefs often sound absolute, emotional, and discouraging. Externalizing them, bringing them to light, removes some of their power. Second, challenge. Ask, where did this belief come from? Is it true 100% of the time? What evidence do I have for or against it? Most unhealthy core beliefs crumble under honest inspection. You might discover that one teacher's criticism or one failed relationship became the foundation of a belief you have applied to your entire life. That's not truth. It's trauma or negative experience disguised as logic. Which brings us to the third step. Replace. Once you have created space with challenging the old belief, fill that space with a new empowering one. Choose a belief that is based on truth, not toxic positivity. For example, I'm always behind with I'm growing at my own pace and that's valid. Repeat it, reflect on it, and reinforce it with real action. Changing core beliefs takes time, but this process works. I see it in my clients' life, and a lot of studies in cognitive behavior therapy back it up. It's a central method used in coaching, leadership development, and mindset work across the industries. What are practical tools or actions you can use to support this journey? To identify patterns, start a journal every day. Journal your triggers, your emotions, and automatic explanations. Observe, as I mentioned before, what thoughts you had in certain situations, especially in those where you had negative feelings and thoughts. Often these negative feelings linger longer, and when you assess the situation, you will discover at least one thought that is based on a negative or unhealthy core belief that you have. So after you wrote about your day and you paid attention to yourself, underline recurring statements such as I always, I never. A lot of limiting beliefs start with these phrases. As I mentioned before, to challenge this negative or limiting beliefs, check in with the evidence and replace it with truth-based affirmations. Reinforce them then with action. Take small steps that prove the new belief in real life. Emotion follows behavior. Unlearn the negative patterns. To do so, you need to teach yourself to stop yourself. For example, you start feeling agitated, or something seems to trigger you. Feelings bubbling up in you. You feel restless, you feel concerned, you feel insecure, any negative emotion. In these moments, internally say to yourself, well, stop. After you stopped yourself, if possible, pause and ask yourself what the reason for your reaction is. What is the cause of this negative emotion? Is it truth-based, or is it a subconscious, irrational feeling and thought? It can help over time to create a chart. In the left column, you can write all the lies, the limiting beliefs you discover discovered or you discover over time. In the right column, you write down the truth. Craft concise and believable statements, such as, I learn quickly when I give myself permission to make mistakes. Take small steps that prove the new belief in real life. Coaching is one of the most powerful ways to facilitate growth and improve your mindset. So I know that it's possible, and I know change is possible from my own experience and from what I see in the lives of my clients. Another important thing you need to be aware of is to be honest. It is important not to fall into a victim mentality. It can happen quite easily, but our history and past don't need to dictate our future. It is your choice to move forward. Your beliefs are to some extent the blueprint of your life. Rewrite the blueprint and you rebuild the house. Start today. The next chapter of your story is waiting to be authored by you. Want to grow in emotional intelligence, self-leadership skills, communication, and gain more clarity? Hit like and subscribe.